Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Schizophrenic Sovereignty in Europa Universalis 4. We're on episode 2 of Armenier. Alright, I've been thinking a little bit about what we could do here. There's really only one path of expansion that I've been able to find. Unlike with Tupanamba, I don't think there's any value in potentially switching ideas. I was considering abandoning the religious idea group, even though 1,200 points have been sunk into it, because religious is going to be pretty damn useless for this country. I mean, it's Catholic, you know. We got Reformed up in England, Reformed in Northern Germany, Protestant up in Scandinavia. That's really the only place that's going to stick around. I have a feeling that the Protestant Center of Reformations are going to die over here, because they're owned by the one province miners of Hamburg and Aachen. So once those die, then Protestant's going to die out in this area, if not get squashed by the Reformed centers, which there's 3 of, like, right here. They're right next to each other. Oldenburg's got 2 of them, in fact. So, I don't know. I don't think religious is super useful, but I was looking at the different options, like, what could we take instead? There's really nothing that's going to actually help us to do anything. So, might as well just keep the points. We currently have 8.9 force limit. This number is not accurate. 6 plus 0 plus 0. It's actually, you got to look here. We got 1.6 and 1.3 equals 2.9 plus the base 6 is 8.9. So 1 click of development gets us an extra force limit. We get an extra force limit from the regimental camp. I'm actually going to go ahead and just like double down on this. We're going to build another regimental camp here, because what we're going to do is we are going to try to get an alliance with Castile or an alliance with Austria, and we're going to attack either England or France. We're going to go for it. We're going to go all out. In order to get the alliance with Castile, who is the more likely of the two, we need more army strength. And a big part of that is standing army. It's also current manpower. It's also potential, like having more force limit. We're going to improve relations with them. We're going to keep some diplomatic reputation if we can. If we end up having enough cash, we'll hire a diplomatic reputation advisor at some point. And then probably when we get 5 more papal influence, we'll take the papal legate to get the 1 extra diplomatic reputation, which translates into 5 more reasons for a alliance. Each 1 diplomatic reputation equals 5 reasons for acceptance. So we should be able to swing an alliance with Castile. Once we get the alliance with Castile, we attack England straight away. They are rival to them, so they should just want to join anyway. Unfortunately, the only province they want is Laborde, which means that we're going to have to promise them territory and then betray that promise. But that's fine. We got to expand, damn it. It's very important. So let's go ahead and let the game run while we get this claim on England and keep working on improving relations with Castile. And that's about it. Until something happens, this is basically where we're sitting. I did take maintenance down to 0 because at this point, if somebody attacks us, then it is what it is. I don't really think we want this composition. I'm not going to get rid of the troops because we can't really afford that, I think. But ideally, we're so weak that we just want to have pure infantry. Just inflate our numbers, make people think. See, the thing about the AI is that whether we have 8,000 of whatever units or we have 8,000 infantry, they still just see it as 8 units, 8,000 units, 8,000 men. So, like, when Gascony's sizing up whether to attack us, they don't look at composition. They don't say, well, he's got, 3 infantry, 3 cav, and 3 cannons. And so that's really dangerous for X reason or Y reason. No, they just say he's got 8. He has 8 of it. That's a really good leader, by the way. 533. It's pretty good. For this time of the, in the game with 16 tradition. Wonder where did he come from, anyway? Castilian noble rebels. Just out of curiosity, I wonder if we can get some military access through Castile and go help them out. Let's see if we can do that. Come back from Austria. We'll have to get military access through England or... actually, looks like we won't be able to get there at all because Gascony won't give us access. England won't give us access. Actually, England would give me access. Let's improve relations with England if we can just get him to like us a little bit better. It's like we got Friesland sieging down the board. But yeah, if we could be present when the siege is lifted or we're the first to arrive, he would like us better for being nice. Could be a thing that we do. And I think this is actually a really good trial run to see, like, how safe would this type of a war be? we do want to take tech on time, I think. Naval equipment manufactory. Someone had suggested that we should go colonial ideas, but we need a coast for that. So we'd have to get to Laborde. If we can win the war with Laborde, maybe. Okay, we can get access through England. What's this at? Not too many. We can march through. So yeah, like if Friesland is able to siege down Laborde and England just never shows up again, then I'd say we're in a pretty safe position. We should also probably have at least a little bit of maintenance if we're going to be marching around enemy soldiers. Alright. One thing I'm also going to do, we're going to give the clergy Baron for now. Get their influence up. We're going to get that papal influence. We're going to go ahead and piss them off a little bit. We're going to seek support. And then we're going to demand 150 points. And we'll go ahead and give them 10 ducats as well, just to keep their loyalty nice and high, because we're going to end up provoking it. Let's go ahead and send the papal legate now, get the diplomatic reputation going. I want to get this alliance as soon as possible. Negative 22 reasons now. You know what, just to be really safe, I want to make sure we have max morale. Because if they're marching in a bad direction, I don't like that. Okay. Like, if they're coming into Burgos right now, I would not like that. We need to still be improving relations here. Also, we can open up with a royal marriage. Let's stop improving with England now. Go back to improving with Austria. Alone pays war reps to somebody I saw. Okay, we're going to move to Rioja, and since we are going to be the one to relieve this siege, Castile should like us by, I think it's 25 defended our territory. They shouldn't march to us. We're just going to do this siege and then get the hell out of here. Let's also go ahead and pick up the royal marriage. Almost have our 2 regimental camps. Alright, so royal marriage with you, thank you. Puts us at negative 5 reasons now for our alliance. And that's, we don't even have the, see, the regimental camp gave us more force limit, or it will when the next monthly tick happens. But, and that, just having the capacity for more troops has now made him more interested in being, our ally. So in June, we'll pick up that alliance. Let's not miss out on the monthly improved relations with Austria. Got to min-max, right? It's important. We're such a small little nation. Now we need to get the hell out of here because we don't want to actually fight that army. Also, wait, hold on. It may not have actually been the force limit, come to think of it. It was probably the liberated our province plus 25. I think that's more likely to have been what gave us the edge. Alright, but we can get our claim on England. Let's go ahead and grab that. Let's come back from England. And in the end of this month, we're going to go ahead and pick up an alliance. The regimental camp is complete. Let's also get a couple more troops being trained. And huzzah, we got an actual decent alliance. Trustworthy allies. Have 2 countries with high opinion of us. Great. Even more diplo rep. Sweet. Even more reasons for people to do what we want them to do. Unfortunately, Castile is not going to be a permanent ally, I think. We're going to lose them, most likely. I can't afford to give this province to Castile. If I do that, then there's literally no route of expansion for us aside from... Well, hold on, let me think about that for a second. Actually, what if we called them in on a promise of territory, we did the siege, we did all of the quote-unquote work, then we gave him the land anyway. He would owe us favors. We could use those favors to call him in on a non-promise of territory war on France or on Gascony, and have Castile hopefully do all of the heavy lifting. Interesting. So the question would be, could Castile beat France? Castile has Tech 10 versus France's Tech 9. What about armies and stuff? So Castile has smaller force limit than France by half. France has 44,000 troops right now. And he's got a full manpower pool right now, 60k. Castile's got half of that and half of that. He's half the strength of France. But he also has Aragon. Aragon adds another 15k. Aragon is loyal, I assume. Yes, so that's 15k of an autonomous 15k army. It'd be dicey. I'd probably have to call him in on a war with Gascony so that we could negotiate with Gascony instead of France, because France's enthusiasm would be way, way too high. But Gascony's might be something we could do if we were to suddenly siege him down. Also, who knows? Is France trying to colonize or something yet? Maybe he's being stupid and sending his troops really far away. I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea. I would rather leave Armagnac allied with Castile. When we stop playing this country, I would rather that he have the protection of Castile by not having broken a promise of territory versus him having no ally and then just getting gobbled up by France. So I think that we have to do the earn favors with Castile play. This was not a fort. I think we're going to just go ahead and like march through here now and get the hell out of here. Let's stay away from that for one more month at least. Get one more infantry. Yeah, add our force limit. And now that we know where that army is, we can go ahead and lower maintenance a little bit. Who wants stuff? Tunis would consider hiring... Interesting. Tunis is at war with Tlemcen and the Second Tunisian Body Blah. Tunis is still fighting the Ottomans. Alright, just out of curiosity, how much cash are we talking? How much cash are we talking? We already have access through Castile. And he's got access through Tlemcen because of the war. And he's allied with Fez. Sorry, Morocco. If we ask for military access from Portugal, that might permit us to offer condottieri with land access to the capital. He would give us 7 ducats a month, 130 ducats up front. Alright, yeah, I'm willing to do that. Maybe. I'll consider it. I'm not sure yet. Renting out my entire army seems like it could be bad, but we'll see. I still would be open to picking up an alliance with Austria as well. Austria has too many diplomatic relations, though. Okay, who else is close? We have 4 more people who would accept alliance right now. Alsace, Cologne, Utrecht, Lorraine. And the more alliances we can pick up, the better. Portugal is on... how many? -28. Alright, is there anyone we can open up with a royal marriage then, maybe? France with royal marriages? That's not really what I had in mind. Alright, -22 reasons for royal marriage with Hungary. Brandenburg is looking pretty strong. Only -15 reasons for a royal marriage with Austria. That might work. Even though he's over the relationship limit, we could almost get it. We'll think about it. For now, I'm going to keep the military access with Portugal. And we'll cancel the access with England in a second. All into the true faith and yearly papal influence +2. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with this idea group. It seems fine. Actually have a little bit of corruption we gotta get rid of. Now that our army is back together, let's go ahead and hide it over here. We still have the access through Portugal. Let's see how much he would give us for our entire army. And if he'd be willing to still pay for it. 8 ducats a month. Interesting. 150 ducats up front. Going to pay us 5 ducats more than the actual expense of the army. It's crazy. It's huge. How safe would it be? And would we have time to do that? This siege status is at 0%. It's been going on for 1 year. England is winning their war really, really, really easily against Scotland. I'm still predicting that he's going to peace out Friesland with the blockade. You can see he's got the blockade and active siege going right now. Alright, I think I'm not going to do the renting of condottieri. Let's just keep our maintenance down. Keep the army right where it needs to be. We'll arrive on the 7th. Takes us to the 5th. 5th plus the 14th. That's 9. So 9 days to march from Armagnac to Laborde versus... 9 days, so you don't have to worry about moving. Just trying to find the one that's the closest, in case we want to snipe a mothballed fort. If he actually mothballs it after the war. Denmark has no air. Can you imagine if this country got a union over Denmark? That'd be funny. He's actually integrating Sweden right now as well. Couldn't hurt to improve relations with him. Unity of the faith, gain stability. Cool. I think we're good on improving relations with Castile. 7% chance that Laborde falls. Friesland just lost one of their 2 provinces, and they've got a 36% chance of losing their capital. And there goes Laborde. Oh, it's freaked me out. I thought he transferred it to Castile. Castile and Scotland have the same flag. Okay, so I did hide the disaster, so we gotta be aware of that. Having this tag switch disaster makes it harder to identify real disasters. So gotta be aware of that. But as soon as we can, I now want to revoke this from the clergy. February 23rd, okay? Castile is not going to be a very good ally while that 26 stack is running around. He might not have enough troops to deal with it. This is part of the problem. But Aragon's army would be good, and Aragon's army can definitely beat England. Let's go ahead and cancel military access so that we can declare if we want to. I wonder... It's a shame that we can't offer condottieri to England because we can't get military access to his capital. It's so silly. Like you just can't offer condottieri, even though he would love to have troops. This boy just got excommunicated. He would love to have more troops on the mainland, but this whole like land access to capital thing it's dumb, I think. So Friesland has negative 99 war score because he transferred occupation, so he's gonna peace out right now. And then once he pieces out, Tlemcen just did all their stuff. Tlemcen just lost like crazy. The problem with renting condottieri to Tunis and taking the 150 ducats is that even though he just ended the war and he was going to win the war soon anyway, he would have just kept our troops on loan for a year and a half. And I think we're going to need them between now and then. So maybe we could have made some cash there and just sat, but there's the peace from Friesland as expected. That puts England at 99. The only reason he's not at 100 is because of the occupation Scotland has down there, but he should still take the peace deal with Scotland any moment. And what we're looking for is, will he mothball the fort in Laborde? If he mothballs the fort in Laborde, then we declare basically instantaneously. Even if Castile has problems, even if our army has no maintenance, we just go siege it. England would probably march his small stack that's here down, because it would have access, because it'd be exiled, and then he would send it to Laborde where it gets unblack flagged, and then we could just attack it, which would be small, and then Aragon would be... Even if Castile can't do anything to help us, Aragon will. And I don't think England... We looked at this a little while ago. I think England only has a certain number of transports. They can only land 15 troops at a time, and Aragon's got an army that's that large, plus ours. Plus, we're doing fine on tech. We're on tech 10, he's on tech 10. Like, we're not too weak. Get rid of this damn corruption. And actually, we're at 2 stab right now. If we could get to 3 stab and keep our corruption below 1, we might be able to get the rigorous researchers event to fire. So if we can get a little bit more papal influence or something, buy up that last stab point, or... So yeah, there's no way it's worth paying for directly, I think. Oh god, can you imagine? Can you imagine stack wiping that beautiful little 011 stack? Clergy! Hey. Speak of the devil. Papal influence. Okay, we're gonna revoke this. Then we're gonna give it to... What? What tech do we want next? Military tech 11? I don't think we really need the weapons manufactory, but... Infantry shock plus 0.2 is pretty substantial. On the other hand, we could go for the the Diplo points from the burghers and do development. Yeah, I like that right now. I think it's time for development. The bourgeoisie get this now. And then we will do monopoly charters. Hire a minister. That's unfortunately the highest that we can get them because they've got decline of the merchant class. Okay, we'll take 100 points. And before we do anything else with them, we're going to do our development now. Let's turn on the development edict. Alright, I'm going to take a break here and decide exactly how I want to spend monarch points on development. But I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.